It's a Tuesday. We all know what that means. It's time for another Casual Tuesday. I am Lonk the Sane. Good to have you all on the channel once more. And today we are going to be sending the Parsa off to war. We've played a Zealot deck on here. We've played a somewhat Rebel deck on here before. But today we are smashing both together. We're doing Rebels and Zealots. So all of Parsa is going off into battle. So this is going to be a fun little aggressive deck. Don't know that there's too much to say about it. If you've been playing for a little bit, you're probably familiar with the Rebels and Zealots. We have a couple of good payoffs in here. We have Xerxes Sympathizer, where if we play Rebel or Zealot, it can get pumped up. We also have the Parsa Clarion, which only benefits Zealots, but it can boost them up, especially if we're able to play a couple in one turn. We can get in for some big swings of damage. But not everything in here is a Zealot, so we also have the Spear of Destiny to help with that. It turns all our minions into Zealots. It gives them all focused ones, so we can get in for a little bit of extra damage as well. As for some of the non-Zealots, non-Rebels, we have a copy of Sign of Pride. This card is just too good not to put into the deck. We also have 2 copies of Parry at the Gates, because card draw is always a good thing. And I think that is it for the non-Rebels, non-Zealots. For removal, we have 4 copies of Conviction. When we did the Peach Aggro deck, which was the quasi-Rebel deck, this turned out to be a really good removal type of spell. We can get in for some extra damage on the opponent and take out something larger. So, good to see 4 copies in here. We have a copy of Temptation. This card I'm kind of iffy on. Sometimes it's really good, other times it's just really bad. So we'll leave 1 copy in here. Try and steal something possibly. And then 2 Seal of Exiles. I don't really like Seal of Exile in a more aggressive deck like this one, but it is a really good removal spell, and it can really get us out of a jam if need be. So we'll put a couple of copies in here. And that is it pretty much for the deck. Some cards you may not be familiar with. Xerxes Observer. It's a Rebel. It can give adjacent minions Agile until end of turn. Also, Parsa Crusader is an interesting addition in here. Instead of Twin Fire Zealot, I'm using Parsa Crusader because basically it's just, it's the Twin Fire Zealot, basically. It does all its damage in one shot instead of attacking twice. So, I don't know. I think for Mono Orange, I think this might be the better choice. But if you want the option to block, maybe not. But anyway, this is a build. I'm kind of taking this off of Toonstar. He did a Rebel and Zealot deck a couple months back. I used his as a blueprint. I made a couple of changes to it. I thought Toonstar had one too many Seal of Exiles. He had an extra Temptation in there. He also had, I think, only 27 or 28 minions, and the fewer minions you have, the worse Xerxes Recruiter becomes. You really want to try and hit a minion with it. So I upped the minion count in here. Parsa Regular, that's one I added in here as well. That's a great one. If it gets destroyed, we'll get a couple extra Zealots out of it. So all in all, this should be a fun little deck. But we'll hop on the ladder. We'll see how we do with it. Okay, Stabithris, whatever, is going to be our opponent. Alright, we've got a good aggressive hand here. So, we have a bunch of 1-drops, so I think one of the Storied Martyrs can go. Play out the other Storied Martyr. Hear that clinking noise in the background? My dog's down here shaking. That's a caller. She's just staring at me for some reason. She's being weird. Probably just wants a little attention. Alright. So, we drew a Spear of Destiny. We're playing against a control deck. We need to burn something. I think we want to stay aggressive with our minions. So I think I'm just going to burn this Dark Passenger. Then play out the Spear. Get in for 3. Pass the turn. And we'll see what we draw. So next turn I might want to do both Eager Recruit and Parsa Crusader. Just keep the beatdown going on the opponent. Alright, looks like we're going to be up against green-yellow, so hooray for that. Alright, double Crusader, so that can get burned. I think I just want to try to go wide here, so let's do the Eager Recruit. Let's do the Crusader. Let's get in for 3 more, put the opponent at 17, and let's say go. So we went first, so we don't have any souls in the Boneyard. Let's hope our opponent has a really slow hand, because next turn we can get in for 10, potentially. Looks like it's going to be a Mesa Libre. Nope, Vicious Cycle. Alright. I'll take the card draw, that's fine. So, alright, first things first, let's get in for 3. Let's get in for 3. Put the opponent down to 11. Then I think I just want to keep the aggression up. So I think we'll burn the Recruiter. Because we have parry at the gates for a card draw, but I think for now I'm going to put out the Serendipity Ifrit. Let's see what we can get next turn. I'll take a Clarion, I guess? I don't really have any minions out, so I'm not sure if Conviction's going to be helpful or not. But let's play out Parsa Recruit also. And pass the turn. We don't have any other rebels, though. So, Storied Martyr, if that dies, it's not going to benefit anything, but Parsa Crusader is not a bad one to get back right away. We have the parry at the gates. If they drop the Misanthropia turn 5 on us, I'd be very surprised if they didn't. Oh no. Okay, so that's going to hurt a little. So, if we drop the Clarion, that means we'll do 5, 6, 7... I think we have lethal? Because this will go up, this will be 3, that'll be 5. Yeah, I think Parsa Clarion is lethal here.
Glory to Parsa!
Let's get in for 6. Let's get in for 4. And take out the opponent. And we'll do a little tap. So, turn 5. We beat the green-yellow aggro before they could get out the Misanthropia. Although, to be fair, they did have kind of a slow hand there. It's a good thing they didn't have Wonder Drug either. So, that was actually kind of impressive. Spear of Destiny helped us a lot, and then Parsa Clarion just ended up being the end-all, be-all. Ended up being a good finisher. So, let's see what we got next. MC Stinson, or Mick Stinson. Alright, another good aggressive opening hand. I want to burn... Well, we have the Conviction. So I think Dark Passenger is okay to go. Put out a Storied Martyr. Say go. Looks like we're up against some kind of Reanimator. I would imagine Reanimator is not a good matchup for this deck. They get a big minion down early. Kind of in trouble, so we just, I think, have to hope that they don't have the Hopeless Necromantic. But our opponent's thinking, that's a good sign. Hopefully our opponent's still there. Well, they're looking through their cards. White Moon Arena. Alright, this could get ugly pretty quick. And looks like our opponent didn't realize they were going there. So we'll burn the Serendipity Freak because we're going to play Sympathizer on turn 3, or the Clarion. For now, let's just put out Parsa Crusader. Let's get in for 2 with our Stored Mortar. We'll say go. So we'll see what the opponent's doing. If they don't have anything on board, I think we'll just go with the Parsa Clarion. They're probably going to activate their power, throw something in the Boneyard. No. Huh, surprising. Oh, they had to because they're using Impel. See, that's really not a good strategy for for whatchamacallit, for Reanimator to have Impel, because then you have to have a minion on the board. But we'll see, maybe it'll pay off for the opponent. Alright, let's make this trade. Let's burn. I think we just burned the Ifrit again. Play out a Sympathizer.
It's complicated.
Get in for 2. Pass turn. Next turn we can Clarion and we can play an Eager Recruit. But of course they have the Hopeless Necromantic, so never mind. Oh, they have at the bottom. They have the Iku Turso. So remember I was saying we just kind of have to hope they don't have it? Well, turns out they had it. So, but they have Impel, so we can't quite run away with it. Trying to think how we can get around this. We need a Seal of Exile, don't we? So I think we burn Eager Recruit. We'll play Parry at the Gates. Hopefully we'll hit a seal. If we don't, I don't know how we're going to deal with this. Dark Passenger, that might do it. So let's just hop over with this. And we'll say go. And if our opponent gets a little overzealous, they'll attack into it without having Iku in the same lane. White Moon Arena, so they're going to fight instead. Alright, well that bodes well for us. So let's move over. This. And then we have a Rebel, and we have Rebel. So the Rebels give it what? And it's not highlighting it. Alright, so I think it gets +1/+1, so let's play out Xerxes Recruiter. That's another Sympathizer. Let's burn the Dark Passenger. Play out another Storied Mortar. We'll pump that even further.
Fight on.
Get in for 7. And pass the turn. So odd they didn't just crash into this, but there's Iku Turso. We're going to get in for 2, 4, 6. I wasn't supposed to burn that Dark Passenger. Crud. I meant to burn the Conviction. Alright, they're going to lead that astray. I messed this up. Okay. So, not punished. Somehow. So what do I want to do? think what we do is we'll play Conviction here. Level 4. And then we'll burn Sympathizer. But the problem is, it deals non-combat damage. Play this.
Glory to Parsa!
At least then when it deals its combat damage, it can't attack also. So it can take out this, but we'll save it from having it attack this turn. And I don't think Biting Blade will work with that.
All on the track.
Oh, okay. Well, that's another solution. Alright, so I think our opponent's going to get a little bit ahead here. Yeah, this deck, I kind of suspected it wouldn't do well against Reanimator, and it looks like that's how this is turning out, so yeah, our opponent won this one. Oh well. That was a weird kind of Reanimator build. Looks like they're experimenting with it, but oh well. Our opponent just got too big too quick, and honestly, I almost got punished for burning that Dark Passenger, but fortunately, we were able to get that back, so I kind of got away with one there. But let's see what else we have. Juka Wall, okay? And, oh boy. I guess we have to face another Reanimator. Alright. It's Reanimator
Let's feed.
Saturday, I guess. Alright, so let's burn a Dark Passenger. We'll play out Eager Recruit. We'll say go. Alright, Indrik Beast. Let's hope they don't have the Hopeless Necromantic. Alright, burn the Crusader. And then we'll just play out. I think we just stick with the recruits for now.
Reporting.
We'll make the trade here with the Strigoi Pup. And that way we'll get our Eager Recruit back beginning of next turn. They burn a green, so of course they have it.
Is lost.
Alright, it's going to be one of those kinds of days. So, I think we just leave this as is. They can attack one of them. And then we can put the Dark Passenger on something to take out their thing. So, I think we'll be okay here, actually. But let's burn one of the Sympathizers. Play Recruit token here. Play one there.
Reporting.
And I missed out on 2 points of damage. I could have activated this, but I think I just want to go wide at this point. It doesn't really matter. And I just accidentally flipped him when I was pointing at him. It doesn't really matter. I'm not attacking either way. So, let's play out this.
Do we have a mission?
And let's pass the turn. And at least with Indrik Beast, we don't have to worry about them dropping and dashing Ringmaster. Okay. So next turn, we'll drop the Dark Passenger on our token. Get in for a little bit of damage. Nice, Strigoi Pup. Alright, we'll take a zap there. Alright, let's play a Dark Passenger. out Indrik Beast. So yay, we were able to take care of their big minion. Alright, we'll burn one of the Ifrits. Let's get him for 3. And we don't have enough to play. Well, we can put out the Crusader.
Attack!
So let's say go. So we also have the Sign of Pride now to cut down something large. Like if they put a Cerberus Unchained. Zyme Hydra. Alright, that may be one we need to cut down on. So I think that's what we'll do. Well, let's get in for 4. Let's burn the Ifrit. Play Sign of Pride. Try to place that thing. The opponent's on Knight, so we won't be able to deal enough damage to kill it, so let's just say go here. Next turn we can play a Parsa Clarion, and we can play Parsa Recruit. So we're going to make a couple trades here, but here's the Clarion.
Glory to Parsa!
So let's trade there. And let's trade there. We'll get an point of damage because of the overrun. And then we will burn... what exactly? I think the Crusader will go. Then we'll play out a Sympathizer. So hopefully we can get some of our synergies going next turn. Because we have the Zealots, so that will give this Frenzy? Yeah, Frenzy. Alright, there's a Shopworn Bull. But as we play these out too, don't forget that this is going to get pumped up as well. We can play at least 3 because this is going to give us a token. That's going to get blown up as well. This could be potentially a really good turn for us. And what do they have on the bottom? Strike Pup. Alright, so I don't have to worry about it too much. So... yeah, let's play a whole bunch of Rebels, whole bunch of Zealots.
It's complicated. Do we have a mission? Reporting. Do we have a mission?
So our opponent doesn't have anything in hand, so I'm just creating an impressive little army here. Hopefully we'll get a Rebel or a Zealot. So I'm just hoping to storm the board. Hopefully I'll have some like Seven Ring Ritual. Alright, Clarion. No surprise there. Our opponent's digging for an answer. So maybe we'll get the Reanimator this time. Yep, we got him. Got him by going wide. So... that went a little bit better than last time. So that's what's nice about the Zealots is if you can get a couple of their friends in play, they can just blow up really big. Maybe I should have waited a turn to throw out some of those, but I wanted to get as much damage in with our Sympathizer as I could. And that ended up being all we needed. So let's try one more here. Hi Mom 41. Alright, some type of artifact deck, so hopefully this will be something slow that we can just use and abuse. Alright, putting Kolbach. Let's burn the Ifrit. Play out Storied Martyr. I expect they're going to hop away, but maybe they'll want to make a trade. And we're going second, so we'll get something. The first thing that dies, we'll be able to get right back. Yep, they're going to hop away. Perfectly fine. Alright, now we need to... let's go with the Ifrit. We have a couple 3-drops already, so I think that can go. Play out my Recruiter.
Hey there.
Draw a card. It's going to be Dark Passenger, so no draw card. I added minions to avoid that scenario, but that's fine. Then I think next turn we'll want to play out the Sympathizer because we have a Rebel and a Zealot both at 1 cost, so we can hopefully pump that up, get in for some damage. So does our opponent have yellow also? Haven't seen any artifacts yet. Iron Belly Wyvern, sure. Make that trade. I mean, they want to hop around and ramp. But that's a Dark Passenger. Could be useful if they play out something large. So, I think we'll burn the Crusader for now. Play out the Sympathizer.
It's
Get in for 2.
complicated.
Say go. Hopefully they don't have another Wyvern. Hopefully they'll just try to put something in front of it to block. And if they don't, we're going to be in very good shape. I mean, they're ramping their mana, but I'm hoping we can get in for enough damage fast enough that it's just not going to matter. Barbed Bolts. Alright, so that's probably going to aim for the Sympathizer. And no, it's not going to aim for anything, actually. Because they don't have the mana to use it at the moment. So, let's see what we can do here. Alright, so our opponent does have yellow. Yep, they do pump it up. Alright. So, I think the Ifrit can go. Yeah, I think we're going to go with getting rid of the Ifrit. Then, let's see, we want to go 1 Zealot, 2 Rebels. Because we only need 1 Zealot to give it Frenzy, so let's play out the Eager Recruit.
Reporting.
Let's play a Rebel.
Hey there.
Let's play another Rebel.
Go, go.
And we'll take out this. Get in for 4. Get in for 2. Pass a turn. And then next turn we can play Parsa Clarion. We have a bunch of Zealots out there. And hopefully just be able to get in for a whole bunch of damage. That's a Rebel, that's a Rebel. No, we only have the 1 Zealot. We have 2, but I imagine they're going to crash into that with the Grinning Kolobach. And if they don't, I'm going to crash into that Kolobach. that's a Zealot, so that'll give this Frenzy. And then we can play out a Rebel with Storied Martyr, so at least it'll be 2/2, so basically it'll be Twin Fire Zealot. So I imagine they're going to hit this with a Barbed Bolt. So our opponent's starting to suspect they might be in trouble. Spear of Destiny would be great right now, because then we could turn all these into Zealots. They would all get the Parsa Clarion boost. Iron Belly Wyvern, sure. So they're just going to straight up crash into that. Okay. Can we get the spear? That's a conviction. So, do I want to play the conviction on this? I think I do. I think I want to get some more value out of trading it, so let's play conviction here. So we'll get in for another 3 on the opponent. Let's play out the Parsa Clarion.
Glory to Parsa!
Let's get in for 4 more. Put the opponent down to 11. Pass the turn. Then we have a couple Zealots we can play, or Zealot and a Rebel we can play next turn. Alright, Enchant Eater. Hecate's Wheel. To give it warded, I guess? So this is a Zealot. Well, we're definitely going to play the Dark Passenger to get rid of that thing. I think we'll put the Dark Passenger here. But first, let me play out the other Storied Martyr.
Fight on!
We'll put Dark Passenger here. Crash into that. Then let's play out a Parsa Recruit.
Do we have a mission?
Alright, let's get in for 6. Put the opponent down to 5. And we'll say go. They only have 1 card in hand, so if it's not a Wonder Drug, they're probably in a lot of trouble. And the opponent surrenders. So, alright. We stumbled a little bit against Reanimator, but saw a couple times we were able to get some good synergies going. And that's what the Rebels and Zealots like to do. So you don't have to go either or. You can play both. And if you're looking for a fun little aggressive deck, I would say it's more of aggressive mid-range because we're kind of building up to, getting those payoffs in there with the Sympathizers and the Clarions. But yeah, this is a fun little deck. If you can get a couple of Zealots and Rebels onto the battlefield, you can pump up your others, swing in for a whole bunch of damage, and yeah, a lot of fun. So give this a try if you're looking to, start climbing the ladder with it, or just want to pester your opponents with an aggressive little deck. So yeah, nice. So I don't know what else to say about it. My brain is kind of fried today. Had a long day yesterday, so that's going to be it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did enjoy it, hit the like and subscribe button below. I will leave a link to the deck list down there. I'll leave a link to Nephilim GG and all that in my Twitter, so you can check those out as well. And that's going to be it for me today, so I will see you guys next time.